Hello coffee farmers, welcome back to Githua's Coffee Farm. If this is your first time here, I'm Githua, and on this channel we share practical coffee farming experiences to help farmers succeed. This video is a very different one. Instead of showing you what I did right, I want to honestly share the mistakes I made when establishing my coffee farm. Many people only maybe are interested with the successes, but the truth is that every successful farm is built through some lessons learned from the mistakes that one does. So if my mistakes can save another farmer from losing seedlings, then when I share these ones, I'll be of help to one of you. So let's get started. One of the mistakes that I made is planting seedlings without immersing them in water. The first mistake I made was planting my coffee seedlings without soaking the polythene bags in the water. And this is very important because the soil inside the seedling bag maybe becomes firm when it is dry. So if you remove the polythene without moisturizing it, the soil can break apart and also expose the damaging the roots. So some of my seedlings experience transplant shock because of this. So what should you do when you are planting? You're supposed to first of all to water the seedlings thoroughly before transplanting, and also allow the water to penetrate the soil and remove the polythene bag gently without disturbing the root ball. So a seedling with an undisturbed root system establishes much faster than one whose roots have been damaged. So that is the first thing, and it is the foundation of everything. Once you do the best of the planting, you'll be assured of 100% growth. So another mistake that I did was applying mulch too close to the stem at that early age. So placing mulch right against the stem of the coffee seedling is another mistake. At that time, I thought I was protecting the plant, but unfortunately, the mulch touching the stem traps moisture around it, and this can encourage fungal diseases and also stem rot, and even attract some insects that attack young coffee plants. So the correct practice is leave a small space around maybe 10 centimeters to 15 centimeters between the stem and also the mulch. So it's good to mulch whereby these mulch should conserve moisture and also suppress the weeds and also improve the soil health, but it should not touch the stem directly. So always make sure that you have taken care of that before you do the mulching. So the other mistake that I did was delaying the pest control after planting. Yeah, and that was not maybe that was one of the major mistake that I did, which is a very costly mistake of not spraying my seedlings immediately after planting, because the young coffee seedlings are very vulnerable to various diseases, and within a short period pests attacked my farm and some seedlings were completely cut at the base, while others had their leaves eaten. So I lost several healthy seedlings simply because I delayed taking preventive action. So the lesson that I learned is that and also that you should learn as a farmer is after transplanting, you are supposed to be able to inspect your seedlings regularly and then do the scouting for pests every few days and apply the recommended control measures early when necessary. So in my farm, I at times use trigger Ace as a pest control, and also I alternate with Aster Extreme, and at times I do Thunder. So prevention is much cheaper than replacing the dead seedlings because they take a lot of time. So the fourth mistake is that I did the so-called failing to weed my farm on time, or maybe delayed weeding. So weeds really compete with my coffee, or competed with my young coffee plants for water, for nutrients, for sunlight, for also the space, and that is a very huge mistake that I made. And some weeds even become hiding places for the pests. So the competition weakened my seedlings, and unfortunately I lost some plants completely. Today I understand that timely weeding is one of the most important management practices in a young coffee farm. Therefore, never allow weeds to overgrow around the young coffee trees. So as now we look at the good practices every coffee farmer should observe, is very important also to share your experiences or maybe the mistakes that you did in your coffee farm in the comment section. I'll be glad to also have to know some of the mistakes that also I should also look into as I continue doing my farming. So kindly share that on my comment section. So some of the good practices every coffee farmer should observe. From my experience, every coffee farmer should observe to prepare planting holes well before planting, and also water seedlings before removing the polythene bag, and also be able to handle seedlings gently to avoid damaging the roots. So, and something else that a good farmer should do is water immediately after planting if the rainfall is insufficient. Always keep the mulch away from the stem, and weed the farm regularly, and do the scouting frequently for the pests and also the diseases. Replace dead seedlings as soon as possible to maintain the correct plant population, and after that you keep the farm records to be able to monitor the progress and also the areas that you are supposed to improve with time. So it's good also to do a visit of farms from various people or various farmers. So visit your farm often, and also the earlier you notice a problem, the easier and the cheaper it is to also solve that problem. So remember that coffee farming rewards the farmers who pay attention to the small details. And those are some of the mistakes that I made while establishing my coffee farm. But still there are some other mistakes that we as farmers ignore, and one is ignoring the soil fertility. Coffee, we should agree with me, that is a very heavy feeder. Even if you have prepared the planting hole well, the nutrients will eventually reduce. So it's good for you to feed your coffee using well decomposed organic manure, and also where necessary you apply the recommended fertilizers based on the soil analysis, or maybe also according to your observation. Another mistake that farmers do is visiting the farm only occasionally, and a coffee farm needs regular attention. Problems such as maybe the pests, the diseases, nutrient deficiencies, and weeds can develop within a few days. So make it a habit to always walk through your farm frequently, observe the leaves, observe the stems, the new shoots, and also the condition of the soil. So early detection prevents a lot of damages or also major losses. So that is some of the mistake that farmers do, but also I'll not leave out that of being impatient. Many new coffee farmers really expect quick returns, whereby coffee is a long-term investment. So the first years are for building a strong root system and also a healthy canopy. If you manage your coffee farm well, the reward comes in following years through higher yields and also better quality cherries. So patience is very important, and also consistency are essential in the coffee farming. So as I conclude, I want to encourage every farmer watching this video, don't be discouraged by the mistakes, because every experienced coffee farmer has made the mistakes. So what matters is learning from those mistakes, making improvements and also sharing knowledge with others. So my farm is still a learning journey. I will continue sharing both my successes and my challenges here on Githua's Coffee Farm. I believe that by learning together, we can improve coffee farming in Kenya and beyond. So if this video has helped you, kindly like, share it with other farmers, and also subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment below and tell us one lesson you've learned in your own farm journey. So thank you for watching. May God bless you, your family, and your coffee farm. See you in the next video. Adios.